All right, I am live. Shalom. Tonight on the podcast, it is a lot going on today, as it is every day. I tried to create a banner. I don't even know if you could see it or not. I don't know. Did I add the banner? I think I did. Then today. All right, I have learned me something today. Anyway, shalom. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said tonight, because I'm getting back into doing this, it is so much information. It's just so much going on. So I'm just gonna hit a number of topics that's going on in the city and internationally, and things we need to be aware of. So today we do know that rapper Sean Diddy Combs was raided by Homeland Security. His homes in New York, Miami, and California by Homeland Security. New York as part of their ongoing investigation with the assistance of HSI Los Angeles, Miami, and local enforcement in New York City. Involving his traffic. So that's what's going on with Diddy today. And he needs to get whatever he needs to get. But as you can see, and he's implementing Jay-Z. That Jay-Z unalived his mistress. So I don't know how true that is. Being becoming unalived, he gonna unalive himself. Also, the sun's magnetic poles are shifting within. Apparently, these magnetic poles shift like every 11 years. So they're saying there's no need of alarm better, during this time as the poles shift. So the sun magnetic poles are about to flip, and it could cause lower latitude northern lights, more intense solar storms. Oh, that is some our DNA, while everybody else trying to go underground because of fear of being burned up. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. And potential danger for astronauts and satellite communication, because they said these solar and they said it may take out couple satellites. However, experts are saying, there's no, that's BS. Earth While the Earth's magnetic North Pole infrequently to the south and vice versa, ranging from every 10,000 years to, like I said, every 11 years. Reversals bring on more intense solar storms, which can disrupt satellites, GPS in space and on Earth, and disable parts of the electrical grid. All right. See, now that's one sense of concern. So, we got the solar eclipse, total eclipse coming April 8th, and we had the lunar eclipse today. Um, so a lot of attention is being paid to that. There's going to be major changes and upheaval because the solar eclipse is in Aries. And if you know anything about the zodiac sign of Aries, it is what it is. They something else. So, but they say the March 25th prenumerable lunar eclipse is a subtle event. It is because it's partially illuminated between the perfect shadow on all sides and the full light of the moon for North and South America eclipse will be on the right on Sunday. So this happened yesterday and today, and it most likely won't even be noticeable. But the full moon eclipse, the full eclipse with the sun on April 8th, we'll be able to see that from Michigan and I believe Ohio. So the total eclipse will be 14 states will be able to see it. Would enter the U.S. over Texas, and then its path is across Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, also crossing over Canada. In some cultures, the eclipse is seen as an omen or a sign of change. Others associate them with major events like the earthquake or floods. And because that X is there on around the Madrid fault, it's going to be a major earthquake that hits the United States as it did in 1811 and like 1807. So that's what people are saying may happen. Now, today, along with this lunar eclipse, we had the Earth was just slammed with a severe geomagnetic storm. And as I stated earlier, as the solar storms as tense as they are, the more our DNA is activated. And this is what Trump and Putin were talking about in that clip, is that some people receive superhuman powers or they walk into who they were supposed, walk in their purpose of who they were supposed to be. Even if they weren't walking into it, they'll have the power to do these things. This land will what government officials dubbed a severe geomagnetic storm the second day. Turn that down, Kanye. Turn it down. And they say that these flares can last hours and the eruption travels at the speed of light, meaning it can impact Earth as soon as it's observed. And this is the strongest type of flare. So, I don't know how people were feeling today, if you even felt, but it's a lot of things that's happening in the atmosphere, and you need to be aware of that as your DNA is being activated. And they're saying the public should not be concerned, but may wish to keep informed by visiting. Yeah, you should be informed about what's going on in the atmosphere because it can affect the electric grid. At least you know why you don't have no power. Just saying. Oh, the Mexican president, he threatens to increase illegal immigration to to the United States. I guess your president didn't pay him enough money, so he gonna increase immigration here. Mhm. Michigan is talking about ending property taxes. Now, what they gonna replace that with? That would be great for some homeowners, but what they gonna replace it with as far as gaining revenue? They're saying property taxes are a burden to homeowners, which it is, and things could get interesting in November if a new group is seeking to eliminate property taxes in Michigan. The group is called Am I Tax, which was been gathering support and signing petitions for this new amendment, and they're close to achieving their goal. When the Michigan Board of State canvassers approved the summary of their group to put it on the ballot. The proposal would essentially eliminate property taxes in the state of Michigan. It will also restrict how local governments and communities could increase taxes to make up for lost revenue. It will also require 60% of votes to initiate any new taxes, as well as requiring two-thirds majority to approve state taxes of more than 1% over 5 years. There's no doubt that this would be a game changer. It would. There's no state in this country that does not have property tax. Property taxes are the only taxes where someone is at risk of losing their home if they don't pay it and have no choice. People are sick of it. They trying to feed their kids. Well, everybody's struggling about right now, right? The new proposal does not mention how funding will be replaced. Well, I think that's very important because if you eliminate the property tax, then you need to find the money somewhere else. Okay. And they say in the districts, well, now you got to fund the schools and you got to pay the teachers. So now this is crazy. So you have to have a solution on what you're gonna replace it with. You just can't get rid of property tax and be like the hell with it and then that's it. Community colleges get nothing. Police and fire authorities get nothing. So you eliminate the part, don't nobody get nothing. Then there's no solution to replace it with. Public transportation, library districts, or authorities, nothing. Very important for what they do. So I think there has to be a solution to how you're going to replace the money to fund the essentials that you need, because you need police and fire, because you see the people that lost their mind. So there was a Michigan teacher who got fired because she is a rapper and she would not take down her video, so she was fired in Detroit. Now, there is a bill in Congress right now to end the 40-hour work week to change it to 32 because people just don't want to work anymore. They just don't work the 40 hours. But it's not clear if you're going to be some like some will be paid 40 hours for the 32, but others won't. So I don't know how you're going to make up that difference. I believe Congress right now to change the 40-hour work week to 32. Amazon officials they rushed to improve their competitors. Timu and Shein have nearly 50% whooping Amazon behind right now. So speed as the company loses millions of customers while Chinese competitors are gaining customers. The 1.85 trillion company Amazon is showing greater concern over the competition posed by their rivals, Temu and Shein. They're more concerned with the Chinese companies than they are with their rivals, Walmart and Target, because they whooping their behinds. Wow. So they say Temu saw its user base grow to 51 million in 2022, while Shein experienced an increase to 26 million users during the they went from 20.9 million to 26 million during the same time period. Let me see. Also, there was a big drug bust in drugs. Um, just right outside of Port Huron, they got some beautiful houses in St. Clair. They really do. I love it out there. Along with 156 grams of 61 grams of cocaine and 8 firearms. So the Wayne County new jail has been built. Gilbert handed over the keys to to the new jail, Wayne County. So that's going to open starting the clock for a 6 month deadline for the county officials to move in. So inmates will be moving in there within the next 6 months. House Republicans want to raise Social Security age. Don't nobody want to work till they dead or retire today. You know what I mean? So they trying to raise the age to 7. I guess you're supposed to work and then you dead. I guess that's what they trying to do. Ooh, remote work jobs are disappearing as more and more work week until they take you to 5, right? Yeah, remote work jobs are disappearing. But if you find a company that still will let you work remotely because they far in between now. This is, So that's what's happening in the workplace. So there's a tiny rural Nebraska town that banned non-citizens from moving in, buying properties, or working there. But now, or renting to non-citizens, now they the influx of migrants as asylum. They process chickens, but that's because they didn't have any workers. So now now it's a law there where they can't rent chickens rent to non-citizens, but it's in Fremont, Nebraska. Housing. Oh, it's meat processing plants and chicken plants. Costco's chicken factory. The locals and town natives are leaving for jobs outside of Fremont. And now they have so many vacant jobs at slaughterhouses and they need someone to do the work. So, inflation of 16% since 2022. So they changed their laws to meet the changing demographic. Okay. So there's a big shakeup with real estate agents since they passed that law to get rid of the commission, the 6% that they notice for selling the homes, and you still can negotiate if you so you a 1% and sign an agent that that messed up to this change. Oh shoot, I done lost it. Oh, okay. Home sellers and buyers get their own agents who are supposed to help them navigate through the process. Most agents are members of the National Association of Realtors, and they pay dues of as part of the organization, and it had 1.5 million agents. Currently, the NAR has a rule that requires seller agents to include commissions from 5 to 6%, meaning commission on the U.S. average 390,000. Those sellers are the ones that pay the split between the seller's agent and the buyer's agent. As part of this settlement, there was a big lawsuit on on agents that have written agreements with buyers they weren't going to pay anything. So buyer, it's a good thing if you're a seller who's at loss is a real estate agent. So that is a big news. So millions of people will not be selling homes anymore. So there is a South American people from Chile. They, they fly to LA and they break in mansions just like they breaking in all those Oakland town Oakland County homes, those $1 million homes. So they doing the same thing in LA. Some have been caught. Dispensary is open at Gibraltar Trade Center this week, and it is at 8:30. Oh, that's I guess that Michigan unemployment rate is great that below 4% for the her tenure, and Michigan's workforce rises year after year. So that's some good news for Michigan. American Endeavor has sued CBS because they would not allow them to cover what's happening over in Gaza. So that is $1 million lawsuit from Ibrahim Samara, 27, alleges the multimedia journalist was singled out by management over his social media posts in support of Palestine. Oh, so Michigan residents are upset who live in the mobile home parks because they raising rents so high that now they're unable to afford them. And they're saying we're human beings. Michigan mobile home residents fight rent hikes and worsening conditions. And so there's one elderly lady, her rent went up 57%. She pays now over 700, but she's 71 years old and she cannot afford this. So this is another thing, but rent is high everywhere. Oh, the CDC warns of measles out over the country, mainly due to the migration, the migrants, because they, haven't had those type of vaccinations. So there is a measles outbreak. Well, California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, New Jersey, Virginia, and Washington. 15 people on a concert in Moscow did arrest two suspects. So it's interesting, and they're looking for more, and they're ready to shoot 150 missiles and tear Ukraine. And they mad at the West because the West did not release that intel in a timely manner. So Biden signs they passed the bill. Every time they say it's going to be a government shutdown, I pay no attention to it. I could care less because I know they're going to approve it because all this country does is print money. The money it is worthless. United States is broke. Broke. And so he signed the bill. Oh well, all they doing is print money. Anyway. Oh, the UN Council, the United ceasefire, especially during the time of Ramadan. This is their holy holiday. How dare you? But anyway, they not listening. Oh, Trump, he won his appeal. They dropped a 4.64 billion bond down to and he was given 10 more days. I don't know why people think that if you wealthy, you have money in assets, you have to liquidate stuff before you can get this. His true social and there's going to be an IPO. I did look it up because I'm trying to see how I can get in on this IPO and make. So I'm looking into that right now. Shoot, they stock went up to $42 behind this, and Trump made a killing. Every time they try to stop the man, God bless him with something else. I'm just saying. So a handful of Democrats issued Biden a warning, and they want him to revoke Israel's access to the United States security assistance amid mounting humanitarian crisis in Gaza. So let's see if that happens. Oh, Stellantis, they um had a mandatory remote work day, and they had everybody in a meeting, and they laid off 400 white collar people, and they say this was software engineers, these were professional people, and they were let go. And guess what? Due to AI, artificial intelligence. They were informed by a notice that the next day the car maker would be holding important operational meetings that would require specific attention and participation. We have decided to implement a mandatory remote work day. That's what they said, and then just let them go. Let me see, I talked about that. Also, the Russian fighter jet intercepts two U.S. supersonic bombers as Putin forces accuse them of heading for the border. Now, look, World War III is in Revelations. So a lot of things that's happening it is in the book. Y'all need to read Revelations and repent. I'm just saying. Let me see. I think that. Oh, State Farm is leaving California, honey. They not insuring no more in California and Florida. It's hard to find insurance companies in those states due to the national disasters. Oh my God, that's awful. That was awful. National disasters that's happening there. Um, State Farm is dropping coverage for 72,000 homes, 30,000 houses, and 42,000 apartments in California. This decision stems from rising costs, etc., earthquakes, any national and the cost. Best Buy is close administrator. They did approve 5.8 billion in student debt. I hope I'm included in this number because that's the only way they I don't like neither one of them. And I think she dumber than a bag of rocks. That's just my opinion. However, now you can get my vote if you cancel mine. So I just got to see. Hopefully, I'm canceled. Lord have mercy. So this new abortion pill is going to be heard at the Supreme Court level for states who have banned abortion. So this will be interesting to see. Oh, the dumber and dumberest Harris was in Puerto Rico clapping to a protest song, and they really was protesting her because a lot of Puerto Ricans are still mad at the United States for making them an occupied territory. They didn't. A lot of them did not want to become a part of the U.S. or be a U.S. territory, and they still protest that, and they still protest the United States. When I was there this past summer, and they talked about that, and so they song, and they were singing, and she was just clapping. They was protesting her behind, and one had a sign that said she was a wait a minute, let me see. Oh, one had a sign that Kamala Harris was a war criminal, and that she was and another called the USA and Israel. This is somebody pulled it to her attention. She stopped clapping. Way, I'm not sure how many thousands is U.S. border right now. It's on its way. Preparing 100,000 more soldiers for combat with Ukraine. And Ukraine is they late 40s and 50s fighting in their army. They losing so badly. And I don't understand why the United States would not. He said he would sit down and do a ceasefire, and the United States says no. You you got old men sitting there on battle. You not gonna win. You're not. Russia is more populated, got more weapons, more everything. So just don't make no sense. Oh, so the Boeing whistleblower that came up on the live the last week, who said he would not be committing Harry Carey on himself. Well, because of him whistleblowing on the bad parts that they used, the reuse parts, and how badly put those planes are when they in the air. Well, the stock went up because the CEO is leaving and there's major changes to leadership. CEO Dave Calhoun, who has led the group since 2020, will step down at the end of this year. There's major board chairman Larry Kramer said he would not stand for re-election, paving the way for Steve Mollenkopf to take his place. Oh, Steve Mollenkopf will lead the CEO search process. Stan Deal, head of the commercial aircraft division, has opted to retire and will be succeeded by Chief Operating Officer Stephanie Pope. So, due to these changes in leadership, their stock went up. Oh, the U.S. government is running out of money to fund internet access for millions of Americans. They running out. Well, the United States broke. I don't know when people gonna wake up and realize they broker and broke. If you got $35 trillion in debt and you got fiat money and all you're doing is printing worthless money that's maybe only worth 3 cents, you and how you gonna fund anything? So they're saying millions of Americans made, but you want to send billions of dollars overseas. That's another topic for another day. But anyway, millions of Americans low income could lose access to their internet. Oh, in Detroit, a woman was high on marijuana and she jumped out of the Uber um, on I-96 freeway because she thought she was being kidnapped. She didn't like the way the drive was going, and she jumped out the car and ran for her life. But ain't no telling what's in this weed because it's fentanyl weed as far as I'm crazy. So now they want to any black American speak. Who doesn't have a slang? So I don't know why they figure that's important. But anyway, it's an article. Oh, they saying Mississippi River and Yellowstone Park are among. They have a lot of shaking going on down there in the seismic. That there's going to be an earthquake. There that there's a lot of shaking underground that's happening there. Oh, Bacco Resort on it. Italian restaurant on Northwestern Highway. They got some good Italian food. They going out of business. I love their food. Oh, so we about to have winter storm that's about to hit and affect visibility in these 9 states: Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Utah, Minnesota, Michigan, Colorado, Alaska, and both Dakotas. There is a winter storm coming, and it should be in the next few days, I believe, because this came out today. Oh, there is a lawsuit because Detroit illegally inflated taxes on the lowest value homes, and there is a lawsuit out there that affected the city cheated. This is what it said: low income residents by illegally and disproportionately overtaxing overtaxing homes values for homes under $35,000. That's likely to be overtaxed. The study found that Detroit overassessed less than $34,700 overassessed. Ain't that something? This in the Metro Times, Detroit assessed it was utter nonsense and politically oversessed is just false. Well, and that's all I have for today. Again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Support the channel because I'm trying to get this thing up and going. I enjoyed the end times, and it's going to be spiritual because I'm Hebrew, and we need to really get into Revelations and see because what's going on now is actually in Revelations, survival, things that you need to survive when everything goes down because Babylon, America is gonna fall. All right, y'all. Oh, and then I'm gonna do some on the real estate crisis as well. All right, y'all have a good night. Good night. Good night. I'm trying to end it.